Good day, people. I'm just checking in. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing all good here in Thailand right now. I'm actually checked out of my hotel. I've been checked out actually for a minute now, but today is Sunday, June 5th. I'm actually going to be flying out today. I'm on my journey back to Poland, where I will be seeing the doctor who diagnosed my condition. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty long journey because I have to go down to Phuket, Thailand, and I have to go to Doha, Qatar, I believe, and then I will make my way to Warsaw, Poland. Um, I'll be staying there for about a week, then going to Germany, then I'll be going to back to the United States, where I will seek further treatment. Um, just wanted to touch base with you guys real quick. Right now, I'm actually just gonna wash clothes real quick outside, dealing with all this noise, but I'm just gonna finish washing clothes, get my clothes folded so I can get my bags packed properly, and I'll be headed to the airport here shortly. I will touch base with you guys and let you guys know what's going on every step of the way. All right. All right. Time now is 6:18 p.m. I'm here at Bangkok, Thailand airport, getting ready to fly out. I'm actually on the plane right now. Um, Things went smooth, just like usual. They didn't even scan my passport. They just scanned the boarding pass. So I just showed them my passport, and they let me right through. That's pretty much how it's been, like all here in Thailand, because I've pretty much been all over Thailand at different airports, and I don't think not once have they scanned my passport. Matter of fact, through all my journey, I don't think most of these airports have scanned my passport. Just a couple. But anyway, so far so good. I'm gonna be flying into Phuket, and we should arrive around 9. We should arrive around 7 actually, and we will be flying into Qatar tonight at around 2 a.m. So I'll keep you guys posted. All right, check back. Got a long journey ahead of me, but this is what I signed up for. I actually flew out of Bangkok, Thailand, and landed here in Phuket, Thailand, to take an international flight to Doha and then to Warsaw, Poland. I actually did not know that Phuket had an international airport. I thought it was just for domestic travel. Because when I landed in Bangkok, and then from Bangkok, we took a flight straight here. So we didn't fly straight into Phuket when I got here. Um, so when I got back here to Phuket, um, I had to exit the domestic terminal and walk all the way to the international terminal. I thought it was the same airport, so it's quite interesting how they operate over here. But passport process was kind of annoying. Of course, when I got here, I stayed a whole month, so I ended up renewing my visa for another 30 days. So I've been here for like 2 months now, and I got to the terminal, the international terminal, to take my flight. Yeah, I'm at the gate right now, waiting to fly to Qatar. So I had to show my passport 3 different times. One to walk up to the uh, we to check in to get your damn boarding pass. My apologies, I'm tired. It's about 11 o'clock right now at night, p.m. But yeah, I had to show my passport to the check in to get your boarding pass, and before you go to the gate to check your immigration and all of that, you have to show your passport again, and then when you check out, they look at your visa again at a different gate before they let you to your gate. So they're looking at it 3 times, and they were definitely checking for your stamp, your visas. They took my fingerprints. They took my picture. They went into detail, but luckily everything was all good. They wished me a safe travel, and I'm on my way. So now I'm just waiting for my flight to get here. And I'm out. Should be here within the next hour or so. So I'll be waiting. So far, so good. All right. So made it to Qatar, Doha, Qatar. 6.5 hour flight. It was pretty brutal. Been here for a couple hours now. I took a nap and couldn't really sleep because airport is so busy. There's so many people in here. I don't think I've seen this many people in one airport before. So, where was it? Phuket International Airport. Yeah, I know I spoke too soon when I said we had to show passports a total of 4 times. No, we had to show our passports a total of 6 times to check out. And that was pretty annoying. Got on the plane, of course, and as always, plane was delayed. Took off, and we got here, but since I'm just taking a connecting flight here in Doha, I don't have to leave the terminal, so I just got off the plane and headed straight over to my to the lounge area so they can tell us which gate we're going to go to. But other than that, no real update. Things went pretty cool. Didn't have any contact with anyone, so since I didn't leave the terminal, I'm hoping that all I would need to do is just go straight to the gate and just show my passport there, only once, hopefully. You never really know, but we're about to find out. This is all a learning curve for me, a learning experience for me, and happy to share my experience with you guys and what I'm having to go through over here. For the most part, it's been pretty smooth, like, to say the least. All right, I haven't really had any hiccups other than those annoying processes, but that I can't complain because everybody has to go through that same stuff, right? I also would like to add that if you do travel and you go to one of these countries that has these strange rules, these strange policies, I will say that you're not really in a position to complain because it's their country, it's their house, their rules, and you must abide by that or just don't go to that country. It's pretty self-explanatory. My time in Thailand was amazing. I met some of the most amazing people that you could ever meet on the planet. People from all over the world. It was great. I had a blast. I actually can't wait to go back. Do need to take care of my little issue, my health issue first, and I will be right back out again. But today we're actually going to be flying into Warsaw, Poland. Time now is 6:26 a.m. We're going to be flying out at around 8:30 a.m. So hopefully they're not going to be too late or too far behind. I think boarding time is around 7 a.m. They still haven't posted the gate yet. They should be posting here in a few minutes, but I'm going to give you guys an update. But as of right now, I have not had to show my passport or scan or anything. As a matter of fact, when I flew into Thailand, we had to go through other parts of Qatar, like 3 different airports, and not one of those airports did they scan my passport. So Thailand, however, they scanned my passport. Let me tell you, they know who's coming in and out of the country. They got my fingerprints, they got my picture. The only thing they were missing was my DNA. But other than that, yeah, they definitely scan your passport. And it was kind of odd for me because all the countries I've been to, I don't think I've had my passport scanned. Well, I landed in Bucharest, Romania, and they scanned my passport. But other than the other countries, I don't think that any of the other countries have scanned my passport from what I can remember. Just Thailand. They've been pretty strict about who's coming in, so I will say that. But coming into these Middle Eastern countries, they don't scan passports. They just look at them and send you on your way. Most of the Europe countries, they just look at your passports and they just kick you on your way. They don't really hassle you, of course. You know the Schengen rules. I wanted to touch base on that whole Schengen um, system coming into place. A lot of people are kind of scared about having convictions and not being able to go there. I just want to say that I'm really not worried about that. I'm really not worried about it at all for two reasons. Number one, my situation isn't really a formal conviction, so that I can really argue that. And to be honest with you, I really think I can argue that with any country, as far as the UK, as far as Ireland, as far as Australia, these countries that won't let us in. I really think that I can argue that deferred, that it's not a formal conviction. I really think I can argue that. It'll be a it'll be a hell of an expensive argument. I will say that, and it is a risk because they can say no. But at the end of the day, if it's not a formal conviction, then it you I feel that I can put up a good argument, right? And number two, the whole elitist situation, from what I understand, they're only concerned about convictions that were so long ago, like X amount of years ago, right? I think it's like if it's within 10 years, if it's above past 10 years, then you really should have nothing to worry about. So I wouldn't really too much stress about it. Just tell them what it is, tell them what your situation is. And most of you guys, if you're going into any one of those countries, you're on the registry for something that's totally legal in those countries. So at the very least, just say yes. Or when they ask if you were convicted of anything, just say yes. Always be truthful, as Mr. Stephen Whitsett said in his last video. You know, the gentleman who went over there and lied on his visa application, I guess. You always want to tell the truth. Always want to tell the truth, and if they question you about it, just go ahead and explain your situation. There's always an argument to be made, right? Guarantee you, they already know. They already know your situation. As for me, like I said, I know a lot of us are in the same boat as far as having a deferred situation. So that's actually a really good argument as well. You know, being able to say, well, hey, they dismissed it. And I have court paperwork that actually says on the court paperwork, defendant has been discharged and proceedings have been dismissed. You know, that court paperwork actually saying that means a lot to these same countries that are saying that they won't let us in, right? So I'm actually thinking that I'm going to try the UK. When I get healthy and I'm able to travel again, I'm actually thinking that I'm going to try the UK. It's a learning experience, right? The most they can say is no. What I do know is a lot of these countries, they're going to send you back to the country that you flew in from. So hopefully, if I fly in from Germany into any part of the UK, hopefully they won't send me straight back to the US. Hopefully they'll just send me back to Germany, right? I don't know. We're about to find out though, man. I'm gonna update you guys here in a little bit. We're getting ready to take off here in a couple of hours. And when I land in Warsaw, Poland, I will give you guys an update. But as of now, things are going great, smooth, other than a long transit. It's a 6.5-hour flight from Thailand to here in Doha, Qatar. Another, I believe, 5.5-hour flight from here, Doha, Qatar, to Warsaw, Poland. So I'll update you guys when we get set. Alrighty. Hey, I also want to add to that last video. If you're planning on flying the route that I'm flying, and you want to come to one of these countries over here, especially anywhere in South Asia, Thailand specifically, do not attempt to fly there with that marking on your passport. They are going to notice it and they're going to turn you around. Don't do that. You know, I can't speak for any country outside of the Schengen area at this point that doesn't look at that. But from what I do know, Thailand is going to look at that. They are going to notice it. They are going to send you back. If you come to one of these countries outside of the Schengen area with a green notice, you run that risk of being sent back. If you come to one of these countries outside of the Schengen area with that stamp on your passport, you run the risk of being sent back, all right? I'm doing this because I don't have all that. I don't have these notices except the one when I first left the US, and I don't have that stamp on my passport. My passport has not been revoked, so I'm still traveling freely, all right? It's when I get back to the US and start having those issues with my own government, the US Customs, and they want to pull me to the side and start asking me questions and all of that, then I'll have to start like basically explaining. But if you have that passport issue with that on your passport, that stamp, and you even try to attempt to come to South Asia or go to South Asia or anywhere outside of Europe, they're going to notice it. They're going to, especially since it's on the front page. They moved it from the back all the way to the front. So if it was in the back, I don't think anyone's looked in the back so far. All right, I've had one custom agent over in, this was Italy that I was in. In Italy, they did look at the back of my passport. No other country did that. But either way, I still didn't have that stamp. Now, since it's on the front, most of these countries over here, they're gonna notice it. Most of these countries are going to notice it. They look at the passport, and everywhere I've gone so far, they've looked at the front page. They've scanned the front page with their eyes pretty hard. Told me to pull my face mask down. I'll take it down for them, and they'll compare. They'll look pretty hard at the front page. And since that stamp is on the front page, it's going to cause conflict. All right, so I'm just letting you guys know with that, because I myself had just found out about that stamp being moved to the front. If it was still on the back, you'd be okay. But since it's on the front now, you got an issue. I also want to say to those who, excuse me, I'm putting stuff down. To those who are living outside of the US or currently not required to register, I would highly suggest you return your stamped passport and get a passport without that stamp. I'm gonna highly suggest you do it. Even if it's gonna cost you extra, just do it. Don't use that stamped passport. One, you're gonna bring attention to the wrong people, right? So I just wanted to touch base on that. Getting ready to fly out. And I just want, before I flew out, I had to add that to that last video, that if you have that stamp on your passport, don't attempt to come to one of these countries over here, all right? Don't, my experience, I'm gonna tell you, don't do it. They're gonna notice it and they're gonna send you back. All right, so I'll check in when I land in Warsaw. The whole road to myself again, all the way, 5.5 hours. All right. As you can see, I made it back here to Warsaw, Poland. Everything went great. We landed course, you have to take a taxi plane to go to your terminal. We get there. We don't have any hiccups. Just going through passport control and having to do all that annoying scan passport stuff like that. They did not scan my passport. You know, I've been out here multiple times and these guys never scan passports. They just stamp me every time and they let me go. I am going to be flying to Germany, I think. Not sure, but I think this Friday I might be flying to Germany. I won't be doing a video on that because there's really no reason. It's just a domestic flight. I'm still in the Schengen area. But yeah, that's what's going to be happening. I'm going to be flying into Germany, and then after that, I will be flying to the US. So I will be doing a video on that. Document my experience as far as, I am kind of nervous about what the US is going to say when I do re-enter the country, if they're going to try to turn around and be like, give me your passport. It was supposed to be stamped when you left. Nah. As far as I'm concerned, I went in, I told the truth on the application, and I got what I got. So why the fuck should I have to turn around and pay for it? But if they're going to turn around and take it from me, then so be it. You know what I mean? I've already experimented, and I already know what to expect when I come overseas now. It's really all said and done for me, to tell you the truth. But I will be coming back overseas after I get my medical treatment done and taken care of and over with and all of that. I am enjoying my time overseas. Poland the most. This is the country that I frequent the most. I've flown out of Poland, back to Poland, to a different country, back to Poland, another country, back to Poland, and here I am again, right back to Poland for the 4th time. I really enjoy it out here. Highly recommend. That's gonna pretty much be my final update for you guys for this video. My next video, I'll probably be discussing the things that I've learned since being off the registry. And that will be a video that you guys might want to pay attention to. My experiences are different than yours. So I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself and what's been working for me and what I have noticed a pattern of, all right? So that's pretty much it, guys. Things went all good with this travel, straight through from Thailand all the way through Qatar, all the way over here to back into the Schengen area. Haven't had any troubles. All right, talk to you later.